Have you seen this before? Those who haven't seen this before, raise your hand. Is there someone? Ah, you're living in a nice world. Wow, okay. I didn't expect that. Well, unfortunately, for majority of people that work in data, this isn't the answer. Can you read from it? I don't think so. It's hard to read, but we can. We are Team DataSwamp, and we present to you how have we solved this problem. We challenged ourselves with this task for our client, Anderson Willinger, the top headhunting agency in Czech Republic, specializing finding the top executive roles for over 160 clients situated in Czech Republic and with impact worldwide. Let us introduce you to one of the top employees of this company. This is Ms. Zuzana. She works heavily with data. And this includes finding information and creating insights from the current data. As you can see from the facial expression, it doesn't look great. Because the company is small and they can't afford the data team to solve this. So Ms. Zuzana works overtime, it's hard for her, and she's sad. So DataSwamp reached their hand and promised her to make her a little bit happier. So let's break this into numbers, this abstract problem, shall we? The main issue lies in manual processing from data gathering to insights for analysis. There is one big thing that they are doing, and this is creating a manual managerial report. This is vital for business strategy, and it's impacting revenue. This takes approximately 2 to 3 weeks. Now, routine data updates require 16 hours weekly. This holds the company from to be productive. And additional requests take approximately 42 hours weekly also. So the company isn't agile as it could be. On top of this, this shortage of sources to get more quality data. So the company is in desperate need to get more of these to keep up. So Anderson Willinger needs something that is fast, that is simple, yet powerful.
Speaking about the annual analysis, from 2 to 3 weeks, we reduced the time immensely, just to 1 week. And we quantified to the company over 500,000 Czech crowns per year. Speaking about the updates, every week there needs to be an update, and they spend more than 16 hours on it. And we put it down to 4 hours a week with our solution, ultimately resulting in 18,000 Czech crowns saved per week. And talking about ad hoc analysis for clients that needs to be done regularly from 24 hours a week. We put it down to just 8 hours a week, resulting in 24,000 Czech crowns saved for the company. Now let's dive a little bit how the solution actually works. We use AI tools for researching new data sources that can help us in the future. We store the data on a cloud which has immense scalability options. It has also many tools options. One of these tools is AI insights. So we gather new information from the data that would be really hard to get if we did it manually. While still being innovative, we are being connected to the old tools that the client used, as for example Power BI, leveraging the work that has been already done. It's powerful, fast, and easy. Let's look at the future outlook of our solution. Because we use cloud services, the scalability, I would say, sky is the limit, or more realistically, budget is the limit. Google Cloud has many data connectors, so we can use a lot of outside tools for that. So data connectivity is our big advantage in the future. And as time goes, there will be more and more data that we will be gathering, and will be able to somehow analyze. So advanced analysis and machine learning will be the future of our solution as well. Thank you so much.
So thank you for your presentation. You are the board.
I can. So you mentioned Google. So this is case for one specific company, or you can scale it up for the company who uses Microsoft services.
The solution we chose for the client, it was Google, because they use Google services already, but it can be also done in Azure. It can be done in AWS.
Okay, so it doesn't depend on the platform.
Exactly.
Okay.
So to understand it correctly, it's end-to-end process from ingesting the data up to the final analytics, right?
Sorry, can you repeat that? We have some distraction in the background, so can you raise up a bit? Thank you.
It's basically end-to-end process, right? From ingesting the data into your repository, cloud up to analytics solution somehow, right? So have you considered even the operating costs of those of computing costs, for example? Because since I know budget is the limit, but for example, if you receive more and more information and the budget is still the same, can you restrict, for example, repetitiveness of your flow? Basically, how often you can refresh the data, or it's automatic, or how are you doing it?
I will give my word to the technical guy here, so he can speak about like how we did it, the refreshment and etc.
How often do you update the data? Can you restrict it, or can you change the timelines, the range when you are updating the data from?
Of course. We can do it basically in real time, but right now we are doing it on the daily basis, so it updates every day. But if our client wants to access the real-time data, it's just the question of one setting in the Google Cloud, and then they can access, they can do basic analysis on it, or even advanced analytics, but I'm not sure it's a good thing to do advanced analytics on the real-time data.
Well, that depends on the budget, right? But then there's a follow-up question on, well, you know what, maybe later. I will just give it to my colleagues, then I will get back to you on it.
Okay, I have maybe two questions. As I'm reading the sentence behind you, your project is about automatization, but also about prediction of candidate. That's right. The prediction is also part of the solution, right?
Prediction was not part of the solution.
Okay.
This is a bit of a typo here.
Yeah, okay, now it's clear. Okay. Okay, so you're using Google Cloud. Did you test it with also Microsoft? Because as you know, many companies are not able to use Google Cloud. So did you test it also with Microsoft solution?
We tested it, and part of the solution is possible right now, for example, the cloud services. But we also tested Power BI Copilot, which would be ultimately the sort of alternative for the data canvas in Google Cloud. And this is really hard to get for small companies right now. It's not talking about money, it's even like the access you can get. You have to be a big company. You have to be a big tenant in order to get Power BI Copilot. So for smaller companies, Google way was the easiest and the cheapest way.
Okay, thank you.
So in the first slide you showed, there were some serious data quality issues, and that seemed like that will be your punchline eventually. So my question is, how are you ensuring that those issues we've seen in the first slide are actually handled correctly throughout your end-to-end solution?
We use the SQL script, which transforms and clean the data. So basically, we import the data set as it is. So you can do like real-time analysis, but there's also an SQL pipeline which transforms and clean the data, also translate it to English so the language model can understand it better, and then you get a cleaned and transformed version of the original data set.
Good, thank you.
Okay, do you also work with the option that the input is not like an Excel? It can be, for example, PDF?
Yeah, the Google Canvas can import multiple sources, multiple files, and join them together. But right now we are working with Microsoft Excel and or Google Sheets because we didn't want to disturb the workflow of our client. So basically on the front end side, it stays the same for our client, but the things that happen under hood changed. So the output is better than before.
Okay,
I
thank you.
don't know if I answered your question, but yeah, we wanted to ensure that our client don't have to learn many new things and just be able to continue with the original work and original workflow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation.